My name is Hakeem Brown, and I can't breathe.
Hakeem and Reggie Brown are two young black boys. They were so upset with the current situation in the world, they started their own podcast. They grew up in the suburbs until their parents got divorced. They were homeless, living in the streets. Now they live in the ghetto with their grandmother. This is their story. This is Pop City Culture. Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
What up, my people? This is Reggie, and I'm here with Hakeem, and this is Pop City Culture. Yeah, that's right, man. Pop City Culture.
So that's right, Reggie. And, if some people are just tuning into what we do, we talk about things that are going on in society.
Yeah, man, we talk about a lot of
things that's going on in the world.
The whole wide world.
A lot of people like what we do. So we've been doing this for a few months.
Feels like a lifetime, my brother.
And it's been going really good. We live with our grandmother, and, a lot of people, our grandmother sort of looks out for us, too. We used to live in the suburbs. Now we live in the ghetto.
Yo, man, I like the ghetto. Ghetto's where it's at, man. That's where all the action is, man.
Hey, Reggie, but, maybe I don't want to be where the action is. I'd like to just live my life in peace, I mean, come on, Reggie. Seriously, you hear gunshots every night. Do you think that's something I really want to be listening to when I'm going to sleep?
Yo, man, it's just like counting the sheep. What are you talking about? Man, you sound like an idiot, man. This is real life, man. This is where we live. What you gonna do? Say the ghetto ain't the place to be?
Well, Reggie, if I had a choice to be in the ghetto or maybe the country or something, I'd rather be somewhere a little bit safer. Don't you want to be safe?
Yo, man, I feel safe right here. We got padlocks on our doors and stuff. Yo, man, shut up, man. You sound like an idiot, man. You gotta make yourself safe in the ghetto, man. There ain't nothing wrong with that. People looking out for you and stuff.
Yeah, Reggie, but it's not like we can go outside at night and walk the streets. There's a lot of gangs around, and you don't see anybody walking the streets, do you?
Yo, man, shut. What else you gonna say about this?
Well, anyways. For people who are just joining what we do, and you haven't heard our other pop culture shows, so I'm 13. My name is Hakeem, and Reggie is my brother. He's 11, and we are African American, and our parents are divorced. So yeah, we live with our grandparents. And hey, Reggie,
what is it?
I thought you said Dad was at work because he don't know we're doing a podcast.
Yo, man, he is at work. Do you see him around here? Reggie, I hear somebody walking around outside. Are you sure he's...
Hakeem and Reggie, what are you doing?
Just chilling.
I'm hearing these stories about you guys having some kind of pirate podcast.
Yo, Dad, don't believe the hype.
Are you serious? This is what it is, isn't it? I'm looking at you. Is this what you're doing?
Well, Dad, yeah, we do a podcast, but
it's just a podcast.
That's not what I'm hearing. I'm hearing the guys, some people at my job, I'm hearing stories from the neighbors. You guys are doing some swearing and stuff.
Yo, man, we were doing some, well, Dad, we got to keep it real, but, Grandma told us,
seriously,
we can't be swearing on here.
What are you talking about? My mom knew you had a podcast?
Well, yeah, Grandma knew we had podcasts, but we told her that, not to tell you because,
We thought you'd be, acting like this.
Like what? Somebody's trying to keep secrets away from me, Reggie? I mean, are you serious? I'm your dad. Don't you think you should ask me before you have some kind of a podcast? Don't you? Don't you think you need some kind of permission?
Dad, we just wanted to have a podcast. We wanted to get our voice out there, get our voice heard. Yeah, at the time, we didn't think it was a big deal, but we just wanted to do something that was our own.
Yo, Dad, come on. You think we need permission to have a podcast?
Back up the bus there, Reggie. I don't like your tone. You better tone that stuff down,
Well, why we got to tell you everything? Every little move we got.
Because I'm your dad, okay? We're back here in the ghetto. You don't even know what it's like here. You never grew up here. You have no idea, Reggie, what life is like.
Yo, what you mean?
Reggie, I'm trying to keep you safe. I'm trying to keep the family together. Okay, look at the world how it is right now with all the riots and all that stuff going on.
I know, Dad, but that's why we wanted to have a podcast so people could hear from our point of view everything we think about the world.
Your point of view. I mean, how do you even have time to do stuff like this?
Yo, Dad, you're never here.
Reggie, you need to put a lid on it right now. You're about ready. I'm about up to here with you in your mouth. Okay, you need to cut it right now. Do you understand what I'm saying? And, I'm not always working.
Dad, yes, you are. You're never here. You're always working.
Guys, I have to work to pay the bills. Okay, yeah, I work in a factory. I'm picking up cans, soda cans, and beer cans after work for extra money to help support the family. I mean, what about you, Reggie? You got basketball. That extra money is going for you in your basketball fees.
Dad, I think Reggie quit basketball.
What? Yo, you rat me out, man? Are you serious, Hakeem?
Reggie, you quit basketball. So what are you doing with the money that I gave you to pay for your basketball?
Well, that's what we use for the podcast equipment.
What? Reggie, you told me that your friends got this equipment for you because they weren't using it.
Yo, man, I knew you wouldn't be... I knew you'd be upset. Okay, I went out and I bought the stuff for us from that money for basketball.
Reggie, you know what Dad says. You lied.
That's right. You lied, Reggie. And I always say if you lie, you cheat, you steal. Are you a thief now, Reggie?
No, Dad. I'm a podcaster, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to get my voice heard out there in the world. I want somebody to hear what I got to say.
Well, what do you have to say, huh? I mean, you go behind my back like it's a secret. You do this podcasting, whatever it is.
Yo, Dad, it ain't no secret. We have over 70,000 listeners all over the world, and we be getting paid.
What? What could you possibly talk about, Reggie?
Dad, we talk about issues in the world, the riots going on, politics and families.
Hakeem, what do you know about the world? You live in the ghetto right now. What do you honestly know about the world? You're not even old enough to even probably spell world.
Dad, even though we live in the ghetto, we have been a little street smart. Don't you think us living here for 2 years means something?
No, living here 2 years doesn't make you an expert. I grew up here. I grew up in the streets with the gangs and everything like that and the drugs, and it's not a good thing here. I don't know what you kids are doing with this podcast, but I think you should have told me before you went all out, all over the world where people can actually hear you and listen to whatever you're saying. Don't you think there should be some kind of borders or barriers there?
I don't know, Dad. I mean, we're trying to do our thing, and you just...
Listen, guys, the ghetto is not a good place to learn anything.
So say you, Dad.
There's drugs. There's gangs. Police brutality. Schools are terribles. It's not safe at night. You guys just don't get it. I wanted to give you a better life. But yeah, we live here. I left the ghetto to give you something better, different than this.
Yeah, Dad. Looks like you're doing a good job.
Reggie, what's that supposed to mean?
Well, we lived in the suburbs. Do you think it was better there or what? I mean, the people there, a lot of the white people called us the N-word. The kids' parents, some of them told them not to play with us. They looked at us like we was a disease.
I tried to give you a chance at a better life. What are you saying? It's my fault?
Dad, I'm not saying it's anybody's fault.
Listen, Reggie, I got divorced, okay? Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry the world isn't what you expect it to be, but I'm going to tell you something. The world doesn't turn out the way you expect it to be.
Well, you should have had a plan.
Plan? There's no plan in life, Reggie. You can make one plan, but it never turns out the way you want. Yeah, we got divorced. And do you know why?
No, why?
Because sometimes things in life doesn't go according to your so-called plan. Because sometimes in life people grow apart. But we're not talking about that right now, okay? People grow apart, and I'm worried about you guys in this podcast. I'm here because I care about you.
Well, what about Mom?
Hakeem, what are you talking about?
Well, you cared about us. Mom died last year of cancer.
That's not fair, Hakeem.
No, you said it's not fair. But what about us? We were homeless, Dad. I remember. We had to take showers late night outside of factories in their water sprinklers when nobody was around. Sometimes we eat out of garbage cans and slept under bridges.
Boys, I did the best I could with what we had. But right now, I try to change things. We're at my mom's, your grandmother's.
Yeah, Dad, but the family's broken.
Why? Because your mom's not here? What, are you feeling sorry for yourself?
No, Dad, I'm just saying, the family's broken.
It's only broken if you think it's broken, if you allow yourself to be a victim to the system or anything else. The family's not broken. We just need to come together, and communication is the only way we can do it. Your mom's not here. You guys need to stop feeling sorry for yourself.
Why? Because she died?
Reggie, you need to understand something. Everybody dies. It's a part of life. You're born, you live, you die.
But why Mom? Why did God take Mom?
No one took your mother. It's part of life. It's a club nobody wants to belong to, but sooner or later, we all do. Even you. There's no escape. When I was your age, Hakeem, right around your age, I lost someone close to me.
Who was it, Dad?
It was my father.
Well, you never talk about it.
Because it hurts. Like I know it's hurting you. I know you guys need time. You need time for a lot of things. And I'm sure you're hurt about a lot of things. And I know it's not gonna happen overnight. There's no magic wand that's gonna make it better.
What was your dad like?
My dad was Dad. I called him Daddy. He served in the Army. He married. He had me and my sister.
What'd you guys do as kids?
Well, we played marbles. You guys don't know what that is because I don't think I've ever played marbles with you, but we'd go to the park and in the sand, we'd make a big circle. And these marbles are these tiny glass balls. And we'd put them in a circle and try to hit them outside the circle. And the one who could hit all the marbles out won. You know, my dad, he also was the first one to teach me how to ride a bike. And I remember when I fell, he said, sometimes in life you're going to fall. But you got to get back up and don't quit. He taught me how to swim. And he played baseball. You know, in fact, he wanted me to go into baseball. But I like basketball. And I remember every weekend he'd go out just to play baseball with me. Even though he knew I wasn't interested, that I really wanted to play basketball. And even though he had a bad hip, he'd still play basketball with me. But one thing I do remember is I had trouble in school, trouble reading and math. And he'd always give me these math questions to drill me over and over and over again. As a kid, I would get so frustrated because we'd do these drills over and over. So what I would do is when I got the answer, I'd minus it by 1 just to see if he's really paying attention. And he'd always say, buddy, +1, +1. You missed it by 1, +1. And this went on for a while. After a while, I just did the answers right. I figured he knows what he's doing. So I just did it correctly. You know, but I miss him. Just like I know you guys miss your mom. And you're going to miss your mom. And you're going to have memories like that. And they're going to haunt you. And there's nothing I can do. But you have to realize your mom did love you. And no matter if we got divorced or not, she loved you. Cancer's not a funny thing. It's a terrible thing. Sorry, Hakeem, you had to be there for that. But right now we're living with our grandmother, and this is a game changer. None of this stuff was planned in our life, but we have to communicate. It really bothered me a lot that you guys didn't feel you could come see me about this podcasting you're doing. This podcasting is something we need to talk about. So that's where we are right now, and it really does bother me that you felt like you couldn't talk to me about it.
Dad, we like talking to the world. People can see from a kid's point of view what we're thinking.
Yeah, Dad. And there's 70,000 people listening.
Yeah, and growing.
Hakeem, Reggie, I want the best for you. I want you to be better than me and succeed in life. I want to give you the opportunities that come with life. I want you to take the opportunities. I want you to have a chance. But lying and stealing money for this equipment, that's not good. Because I want you guys to have character, pride, and I want you to be honest.
Dad, this could be our chance to make a difference.
Okay. You know what? We'll talk about this later, this podcast thing. I have to go. But I'm telling you guys right now, there can be no more secrets. Do you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
Dad.
Dad.
We'll talk later. I want you both to know I love you more than anything in the world. I only want what's best for you. I'll see you when I get back from work. Bye.
Dad was mad.
Reggie, we should have told him, like I said in the beginning, that we had a podcast. And you know what, Reggie? It sort of pisses me off that you lied to me about this equipment.
Yeah, I know. Well, sorry.
Sorry, Reggie. Say it only if you mean it. You don't even sound like you mean it.
Well, what am I supposed to sound like? I got the job done. I said I'm sorry. You know, that's all I can do is say sorry. You know?
Well, Reggie, next time, if there's a next time, if Dad lets us keep the podcast, you know, you need to make some changes because this is not good. Mom wouldn't even be proud of what you did. Actually, what we did, because we actually lied to Dad about not telling him about the podcast.
Yo, man, we didn't lie. We just didn't tell him.
Well, don't you think that's the same thing?
No,
Well, why not, Reggie?
because we just didn't tell him. It's not lying.
But Reggie, you did use the basketball money to buy all this podcast equipment. Don't you think that's lying?
Yeah, I guess that's lying. Yeah, I guess you got me there. Hakeem,
What is it?
you ever think about Mom?
What?
Mom, you ever think about her?
Yeah, I think about her all the time.
What do you think about?
I remember us going to the mountains and going on hikes, taking our bicycles and riding through the woods. I remember the picnics we had, and we'd be laughing and having a good time. I remember one time a butterfly came and landed on the picnic basket. That was really cool.
Yeah, man, I remember that. That was cool.
I remember dinners at the kitchen table. Mom lit a candle. And she always said, remember those who don't have food around the world. And be thankful that you do have food and a roof over your head. I remember Mom and Dad doing the cookouts in our backyard and laughing and having a good time when we just ran around playing.
Yeah, we had some happy memories. I wish we had more. Hakeem, I want to ask you something. How come you didn't cry at Mom's funeral?
What are you talking about?
I saw you. You didn't cry. You didn't even shed a tear. It was like you didn't even care.
Reggie, I cared about Mom. Don't sit there and say something like that. Okay, I loved Mom. But just because I didn't cry doesn't mean I don't love her.
Well, I mean, you didn't even shed a tear. You didn't do nothing. When she died, I cried. I cried for hours. I cried for days. I just couldn't stop crying. But you? I mean, I didn't see you shed a tear or anything.
Reggie, are you saying I didn't care about Mom? I cared about Mom. All right? But you to sit there and say something like that really hurts me. All right? I'm supposed to be the big brother. I had to be the strong one. I had to be there for you because you were the one crying. But I remember you crying, and I tried to give you space. I heard you crying in your room. But did you ever once come and talk to me? No, you didn't.
I tried. But it was like you were ice cold.
Cold. I wasn't ice cold, Reggie. You weren't there. You weren't there, Reggie. So you don't know.
What do you mean I wasn't there?
I was in the hospital when Mom died. Do you know that?
I don't know the whole story. What happened?
Dad picked me up after school and we went to see Mom. They said she was in a coma. She wasn't waking up. So we went there, and I went to the room and I saw Mom laying on the bed. I swear she looked like an angel. And I called her, but she didn't say anything. All I could hear was the beeping noise. I guess it was the beeping noise of her heartbeat or a pulse or something. So the nurse came in, and the nurse called Dad out. He was going to talk to her about something. And I sat in the chair, and I pulled it over next to Mom's bed and held her hand. Dad was gone a long time. I fell asleep. But then when I woke up, Mom was sitting up on the bed. She was telling me she was so proud of me. She told me how much she loved me and you. She said you and me were going to grow up to be the finest young mans in the world. She said she's sorry that she was going to miss our first dates, our first girlfriends. She was going to miss us going off to college and getting married. She was going to miss seeing our grandkids. But she basically was saying she was going to miss us. And she said she loved us and she never wanted us to forget.
This is the first time you ever told me this. I didn't know that. I don't know why you didn't tell me. What happened next?
So I sat there and I told Mom, I said, I love you very much. Can't you stay? And she said no. But then she said, I'm going to count backwards from 10. And when I reach 1, you're going to wake up. She started counting, Reggie. She said 10, 9, 8. And I said, what do you mean, Mom? What do you mean? What are you talking about? 7, 6. I said, Mom, I'm not dreaming. I know this is real. 5, 4. I screamed, Mom, I'm not dreaming. This is real, Mom. What are you doing? Stop counting. Stop counting. 2, 1. And I woke up in a chair. And Mom's lifeless hand dropped from mine. And I looked at her. And I couldn't believe it. All I could hear was a steady humming of some machine. And I screamed, Mom, no. No, Mom, no. Mom, come back. I tried to shake her shoulders. She didn't move. The nurses came in. They pulled me off of her. Dad came in and carried me out. I tried reaching for Mom, hoping she'd reach back to me. I screamed, Mom, please, no, come back. No, she's not dead. No, 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 no. But she was dead. And I knew she wasn't coming back. I was there when she died. I was there when she died. I was there. I just don't get it. Every night I lay in bed, I just can't get her face out of my mind. I see it over and over and over. It's like Reggie, it just haunts me. And I cry in my pillow, hoping that all this is a dream. Hoping that this is the dream and I'll wake up and Mom will be right there. Mom will be in the kitchen making breakfast or supper or something. But then I realize she's not coming back. She's really not coming back. I cry every night, Reggie. Every night in my pillow. Don't tell me. I never cared about Mom. Because I cared so much. I miss her so much.
Hakeem, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring up any feelings like that. I'm sorry. I was wrong.
It's all right. It's all right, Reggie. It's all right.
Hakeem, I have to tell you something. We were still recording live this whole time. Everything we said has been live. Should I stop everything? Should I erase it?
No. Reggie, we wanted to have a real podcast. This is as real as it gets. Keep it. Who knows? Others probably go through what we're going through. Maybe we can help them.
I know I don't say it all the time, Hakeem, but I love you. You're the best big brother anybody could ever have.
I love you too, Reggie. +1. Now shut everything off, and we'll upload Pop City culture to the world. I just hope they like it. And I hope we can make a little bit of difference in the world.
Me too.
You've been listening to Pop City Culture. Have a great day. Peace out.